I'm not Greek, but I think I am Greek in my heart. Greece can be many things, but for me, it's actually my paradise of choice. Whenever I like a place, I try to go deeper into its roots and find out why is it the way it is and what's the reason for me feeling a connection with it. For me, the why is often more important than the what. So we decided to live in Crete for a while. Today, I chose to talk about the Cretan food. Why? Because the food in this particular island of Greece is really special. Although I like Greek food, I am in love with the Cretan food. Let's dig further and discover the reasons behind the rich-tasting culinary delights of Crete. First of all, there is almost no modern cuisine in Crete. Alright, there are some fusion places around, but we're talking about ancient food here.
And here we're very lucky because we have in all this treasure. We give in the Mother Earth for all of us, and I'm very lucky because my father and my mommy, they give me the most important things for my world, to know everything about the nature, about the animals, about the trees, about the Cretan traditional, from the ancient times, a lot of complicated things we're doing here, because it's not easy to have an animal, you must know everything.
This island was blessed with a very fertile land. It sustains the growth of enough vegetables to feed many more people than just the population of the island, which is 635,000.
Everything I have in here in my restaurant is from my garden, my farm. I made my cheese, I made my ice cream, I made my meat, my vegetables. I have in ancient seeds, the traditional everything I have. And the wines is from my friends because I don't make wine, because I don't drink alcohol.
Crete is the largest Greek island. The winters are mild and the summers are prolonged, helping crops to produce longer than anywhere else in Greece. Cretans have been doing a form of permaculture, always rotating different types of vegetables on the same piece of land while enriching the soil organically. They're still using heirloom seeds as much as they can, as each traditional family is very keen on passing the original seeds from generation to generation. They refuse as much as possible the use of chemicals for growing veggies and refrain from feeding concentrated foods to their animals. And generally, they do not agree with the ways of the contemporary world. For these Greeks, who always refer to themselves as Cretans and secondly Greeks, nature takes care of everything they need in order to have a balanced nutrition.
And this is very important from the humanity, because Crete having organic food, organic fruits. It's so rich. We don't need to put medicines ours because the orange, the mandarins, the pomegranates, the nuts, everything they're creation from the God, not from to having.
It's the natural circle that could still work everywhere, but Crete is one of the few places where it actually is still functioning successfully. They are geographically far away from the modern world. This helped the Cretans with sticking to their traditions. Food is not just food in Crete. You are what you eat is literally what every Cretan will tell you. Secondly, there is philoxenia. In literal translation, friend to a stranger. The Greek hospitality is well known all over the world, but Cretan hospitality is above and beyond. When a Cretan smiles to you without any particular reason, you don't just see the smile on his face, you actually feel it deep inside of you.
Like the old, They say one word, which is very, very beautiful. Philoxenia is the most popular and beautiful word from ancient Greeks. It means to come in here the people from all the world and to enjoy it, but not only to enjoy it like they are the tavernas, to give it in your soul.
And you start wondering, what is it about these guys? I think it's just their connection to nature and the simple things in life. Many of us have probably lost that, if we ever had it in the first place. If you go to Crete, you'll often see old women picking herbs from the mountain. They can tell you the names and the medicinal properties for each one of them. It's true that in Crete grow as many as 1,750 species and subspecies of herbs, more than any other place of its size. There are 130 species of herbs that only grow in Crete and nowhere else on the planet. They love them so much and found so many uses for each one of them. Using so many different plants in daily life is just one of the reasons of them being amongst the champions of longevity on Earth. Let's look at another factor influencing the way the Cretan food tastes. Like all Greeks, they don't sell out. That's actually the last thing they would do. Taverns and other small local businesses are passed down from generation to generation, and so are the recipes and the procedures. They say that if a product is good, don't ever change it. Opposing to millennial curiosity, these guys stick to whatever they know it's already good. It took a while for me, as a millennial, to understand the consequences of having so many choices. So I started following the Greek mindset for a simpler, less stressful life. They are happy with what they have and don't really strive for something greater and bigger than that. And this fact itself, if you analyze its deeper meaning, you'll probably end up seeing that this could actually be the secret to a simple, healthy, and happy life. Why chase for something that might be good if this means you need to give up something that has already been proven to be not good, but excellent? The inhabitants of Crete live longer. They are much fitter than most of us. They seem happier and with more down-to-earth life goals. They actually seem to enjoy day-to-day life without the pressure of achieving something higher. While doing this, they are free. And they have the kind of freedom that most people living in developed societies will never be able to achieve. Maybe they already know what I have only discovered a while ago, that the world as we know it is losing the grip with nature and simplicity, and together with this, the freedom. Cretan food was actually the starting point of the so-called Mediterranean diet, which has gained so much popularity these days. This diet consists of food from all the Mediterranean countries, but the wish to understand more about it started here in Crete. The researchers were intrigued by the good health of the Cretans. They seemed to eat less meat and much more vegetables and herbs. And of course the olive oil, in absurd quantities. Cretans are rich, not in the modern way of interpreting the world, but in the old way. They have a rich and abundant nature who offers all they need to produce their own food. They have their families close. The young ones don't wish to go to the big cities. They love their home island. The food is cooked with love. And this is why it's so freaking good. And they have raki, which can make anybody happy for a while.
And it's very, very important in this work to know where it's come from your products, and if you made it, it's very beautiful to enjoy it, all of this, because if you have in your garden, your farm, you eat your eggs, your milk, your fresh milk, and you don't need to go into supermarket, you understand the difference. But the Cretan nature is so rich that you don't know what to do in first. The spring we have in all the herbs, the greens, doing pies, kalitsunia, to doing bureki. We're doing it's so many hundred of food, but you know, it's not a lot of the people who care about the nature, because we live in a capitalism period and only the money is the treasure.
To conclude, here are my tips for your first encounter with Cretan food. Whatever you do, don't choose an all-inclusive hotel. Go for some local and even rural Airbnbs. Or you can even bypass Airbnbs by finding them directly. The best accommodation is the one where you feel a connection with the host during previous communication. There are many excellent hosts out there who will recommend you authentic places to try the real Cretan food.
There are coming many tourists every year in Creta, but a lot of them they are closed in the hotels and they don't show anything. But the people who are looking and they care and they trust the Cretan culture, they must to come in here and to see all these beauties. To enjoy, it's not only the sea. We have in the mountains, we have in the rivers, the lakes, we have in the sea, especially in South Creta, it's so beautiful. It's like to live in paradise.
Ask around. Ask as many questions as you can. Don't Google, don't search on TripAdvisor. Who knows a place better than somebody who lives there? Ask what places to visit, what beaches are the most suitable for you. Dine in places that look and feel homey, especially in the villages. Wherever you see a yaya or a papoose, meaning a granny or a grandpa, that's a good sign. They're still around to check everything with their eyes to keep traditions alive. When you finally choose a place, ask about today's fresh dishes or house specialities. As much as you like one food, don't repeat throughout your stay. There are so many Cretan foods to try anyway. P.S. Try the snails. It's one of the most traditional and healthy foods you can try in Crete.
The snails, the diet of the snails. I like it. Potatoes, zucchini and red sauce is the most popular plate in Creta, but all the tourists are not eating this plate because they hate the snails.
There are many more Cretan foods out there. This was just to get you started to try on your own. You might have other thoughts on Cretan cuisine. Feel free to share them in the comment section below. Wishing you a wonderful time in Crete.